Hello! So I am doing the 90s tag, and I have the questions here, and I tag anyone who watches this video to do it as well. I was actually born in the very late 80s, but so all of my childhood was the 90s, so I really felt something when I saw this tag come up on YouTube. So, first one, let's see if I can get comfortable here because my arm's going to ache a lot. Okay, first one is favourite TV show. So when I think about the 90s, I think about game shows and stuff that was on in the evenings, and it was kind of before reality TV took over in the evenings, so before Big Brother and Celebrity Get Me Out of Here and all this stuff. The evening slot was taken up by game shows. So things that come to mind are Gladiators, epic theme tune, things like Bruce's Price is Right, Blind Date, with Cilla Black. What else? Catchphrase. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire came a bit later. But yeah, it was all just like in studio kind of win a car, win a boat type game shows. But yeah, Gladiators was definitely a top one of those. Favourite toy, I would have to say Barbie. Just because Barbie and her friends were a massive part of my life, my whole childhood. I had a big box of Barbies that I would get out and just play with for hours and hours, and I made a big thing of wanting each of the characters. So I had like Barbie, and then I had like the brown haired one and the ginger haired one and the one that had dark skin and the one that was sort of more oriental looking, and I had to have like a Ken in every type as well, so I had like a full set. And I keep doing that. And yeah, just Barbie was my thing, and I used to like get the camper vans and things as well, and all of the kind of camping sets and house sets and all kind of stuff, paraphernalia that goes with it, and millions of Barbie shoes. Favourite commercial or advert for the British amongst you? I can't actually think of favourite 90s advert. I know I used to like all the kind of girl pink sparkly toy adverts that would come on. I remember like watching the ad breaks on kids TV, and I'd be like, ooh, every time a pink sparkly thing came on, and then every time Hot Wheels came on. But no, I don't really remember many adverts from normal TV in the 90s. NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? To be honest, I don't even remember NSYNC. I remember Backstreet Boys, so I'd have to say them. But I wasn't a big boy band fan, to be honest, in the 90s. Yeah, I just wasn't. Fashion trend, some classics of the 90s. I would have to say weirdest fashion trend would be inflatables. Inflatable backpacks, particularly. When I was about 9 or 10, I remember having a lot of camouflage print things. I had a t-shirt and skirt that went together, camouflage trousers with lots of pockets, also platform trainers were a big thing, and yeah, inflatable backpacks to go with your inflatable chair and your inflatable pencil holder. Anything else you can get that's inflatable. Collectibles. Pogs? Can I throw Pogs out there? Anyone else with me? I'm going to go with Pogs. I never played it, I didn't really understand it, but I did have a lot of Pogs at one time. Beanie Babies. Again, not really my area. I didn't have them. I think my fiance did. Him and his family did a lot of Beanie Baby collecting, I think, when he was younger, but not me. I think I might have had one. Can't really remember. Beanie Baby is not a big part of my childhood. Tamagotchis, on the other hand. Tamagotchis I did have. To be honest, if I see a picture of a Tamagotchi now, I still want one. There's something just a bit kind of magnetic about the look of them, the way they would fit in your hand, like little kind of egg shape. I don't know what it is, something about the plastic and the shape of it, but I still want one whenever I think about them. But I remember they were about £11, and at the time I thought that was so expensive, and because my parents were like, we're not spending £11 on that. And then I remember seeing in an arcade one of those, like the claw that grabs things, and you could win a Tamagotchi, and it was only like £1 or something if you could get the claw to grab it, but I never could. And eventually I got one for I think about £8 in a discount place, and it was white, and it broke, of course, like they all did. And I think I must have got through maybe only about 3. Although if you think about it, that's like £30, £33. But yeah, about 3. And I remember they did sort of just regenerate. You'd be kind of getting to a point, and then overnight it would just be like born again Tamagotchi. I did once babysit a whole massive key ring of Tamagotchis for my friend. There was a dog and a baby and an alien. It was high maintenance. Favourite game? I didn't have a console when I was little. But I did have a computer, or the family computer, which I was on all the time. And I had many games that I loved playing on the family computer, on the PC. When I was really little, I played some games. What were they called? They were like educational, like key stage learning type games, but made fun for kids. And there was one that was teddy bears, and then the next one up was frogs. And there were things like, I would be amazed if anyone out there has seen this as well and has played this. I think they were called Play School, maybe. And there was things like Teddy Count was one, Teddy Bear's Picnic, Find the Mole, Colour Train, Number Train, Colour Train, something like that. And then there was like a lily pad one with the frog. And they were all about like times tables and logic and memory and that sort of thing. So if anyone has ever come across those before, please let me know, because I would love to see a YouTube video of one of those, if you can even get the machines to play them on now. And then when I got a bit older, again, unsurprisingly, Barbie. I had Barbie Fashion Designer and Barbie Story Maker, and a Barbie dance game, and a Barbie nail designer as well, I think. I had loads of Barbie games. And then I also had Muppet Treasure Island, which was a Christmas present from my dad, and that was amazing, and I would play that again now, given half the chance. And Monkey Island as well. Do you know that Monkey Island has been reintroduced into society and upgraded for today's machines? Like, Monkey Island used to be like this pixelated game. It was like a point and click, and it was like you would have text because there was no sound. It was that old, and they've redone it with like really good graphics and stuff. So, Monkey Island fans, go and look it up. I also liked Sam and Max, which is another one that has been reintroduced. And again, I had a demo of Sam and Max, which was again like just speech bubbles, like just background music and speech bubbles, no actual recorded voice. And I just played this demo over and over again, and now I have the full game, of course, with voices and everything. Okay, moving on, because I'm probably spending too long on this. Favourite Disney Channel programme? I did not have the Disney Channel as a child, so my favourite Disney film I shall substitute, although I loved all of them, of course, and still do. Peter Pan has to be the one for me. I loved Peter Pan, the story, the books, the films, everything from a really young age, and I saw it on stage and I saw it on ice, and just loved Peter Pan. And yeah, that would be my favourite Disney film, and I still have it, and I really must watch it very soon. Favourite music artist in the 90s? What did I listen to in the 90s? I suppose it would be probably Steps or Britney Spears. I'm trying to remember what else there was. Oh, things like, I loved things like Saturday Night, Macarena, all those kind of one-hit wonders. I would always play them, but I also liked things like Rhythm is a Dancer. What else? Some of those dance tracks I had a double cassette tape called The Ultimate Summer Party Animal, and that had a lot of stuff on it. And then later in the 90s I had things like Steps and S Club 7 and that kind of thing. Favourite Nick Jr. show? Again, Nick Jr. came into my life probably about 7 years ago, so nothing from the 90s. Favourite candy or sweets? I used to like strawberry laces. Me and my friend used to tie them up into lots of bows and plaits and things. I liked anything fizzy, I still do. The really tangy kind of Haribo type sweets, I like them. And I used to like the ones where you would have a lolly that you would dip in sherbet. Dib dabs? Dib dabs. I liked dib dabs. Favourite McDonald's Happy Meal toy? I did for a while collect those. I had a lot of Happy Meal toys. I don't think I had a favourite, but I do remember before they became like a merchandise thing. Because nowadays, obviously, if you get a Happy Meal, which I don't very often, but if you do, then the toys are basically always just advertising like the latest film. They're sort of part of the sponsorship deal that McDonald's has with everything in the world. But at the time, I remember in the 90s, the toys were just McDonald's characters, like Ronald McDonald, and there was like a packet of chips with arms and legs and a burger that had a face, and they were all just McDonald's toys. So that's a bit of a rarity. I reckon they're probably worth something now. So that was probably my favourite period, the period before commercialism in McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Favourite book? I used to really like The Worst Witch. I had all of the Worst Witch books, and it started off with my mum reading them to me, and then I remember when I was first able to read them myself, and the text was quite big, but I got to that age where I could read stuff myself, and I remember being really proud of that. But yeah, The Worst Witch I very much liked. Favourite clothing store? In the 90s I was a child, so I did not like clothing stores, I liked toy stores. So my favourite shop for most of the 90s was Woolworths, which of course now doesn't exist. But yeah, I used to like Woolworths because I used to like the toy department. And then last one, what did I used to watch when I got home from school? I actually don't... I know I did used to watch TV when I got home from school, but I remember I had friends who would literally like run from the school gates back to their house so they could watch CITV, and a couple of times with them I watched CITV, which again, if you're not from the UK, is there's a channel called ITV, and then CITV is children's ITV. So yeah, I used to watch that sometimes, but nothing in particular. I didn't used to run home to see anything in particular when I was little. Oddly enough, I did used to watch Coronation Street because my mum used to watch Coronation Street, and her mum and my dad's mum had both watched Coronation Street as well, so it's kind of passed down. I don't really watch it anymore, but when I was a child I very much grew up with it, so I guess after school, if you count the evenings, amongst all of the gladiators and catchphrases, we would watch Coronation Street every time that was on as well, so I guess that was the only kind of thing that I followed, which isn't really a child thing, but it was in the 90s, so it does count. So that's my 90s tag. I tag anyone who watches this video to do it, anyone who grew up in the 90s and remembers any of these things. Bit of nostalgia for you. Okay, see you again soon.